Fashion's for thin people. Fashion's for thin people. Fashion's for thin people. For a bit of background, I'm admittedly no part of the fashion industry. I'm a casual fashion enjoyer. I don't dress for the runway, I dress to go to Tesco, okay? So this is not coming at you from like someone who's a real fashionista. I don't run in those circles. However, I love fashion. I've always loved fashion. I spent the majority of my life being plus size. And now I have the alternative side of being much smaller than I once was. And let me tell you, it's an absolute mindfuck. So this video is essentially going to be comparing how easy and how affordable and accessible and so on and so forth fashion is being a plus size person versus being a smaller size person is the best way I can phrase it. I don't know. Now, when I talk about when I was plus size, when I was bigger, when I was fat, whatever you want to call it, I weighed around 350 pounds and I was a size 22 to 24, sometimes a little bigger. So I was at the like higher end of plus size. And I now weigh around 180 pounds probably. Lockdown's been a bitch. And I'm like a size 12 to 14, sometimes a 10, very occasionally. So I've lost a lot of weight. And I do feel like I need to put in that like I'm not a fucking weight loss YouTuber. I'm not promoting weight loss. I'm fully down for body positivity and just loving yourself at how you are. I lost weight intentionally through going vegan and getting into yoga. It was not, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna lose like 150 pounds. Like it just fucking happened to me and now here I am. Which I think gives me kind of a wider view of this than a lot of people that have been at both ends of like the sizes kind of thing. Because I never had any like, I'm gonna wear this when I'm thin. Like I wanted to wear what I wanted to wear while I was fat. I did not give a shit. But it's not as easy as that. One of the first and most obvious things is that it's significantly harder to find nice plus size clothes that are accessible, as in they go up to your size and they're nice. Doesn't happen often. And secondly, if it does happen, they're charging you so much for that shit. It's ridiculous. Like, I've been around a while. I've seen fucking socks that are plus size being sold for £4 more than the regular size socks. They're fucking socks, okay? At my largest size, my feet and ankles were not so fat that they couldn't fit into some normal fucking socks. And like, if you're trying to provide me with extra comfort or whatever, don't charge me an extra £4 for what cannot be more than like 2 inches of fabric. Like, come on. But even for like the ugliest, most sack-like clothing you've ever seen, it's more expensive than the straight size stuff. Even like the big places like New Look, Forever 21, places like that where I tended to try and shop at because they're more guaranteed to get the trendier things. Even then, they were selling completely different items for a much higher price. Like Forever 21, you could get like a I don't care about tacos t-shirt in a size medium for like £4 or whatever. And then you go into the plus size section for some like cold shoulder piece of bullshit that's ugly as fuck in some fucking beige colour. And it's £12. Like, what? And if you want to delve into sustainable fashion or vintage fashion, which I was trying to do as a plus size person, fuck yourself, essentially is what they're telling you. Because it ain't happening. Fair enough with vintage stuff, it's a case of like, it exists as it exists. You know, if you find a plus size vintage piece, fucking go you. If you don't, you don't because it's not there. That's not a question of like people aren't making things for plus size people in vintage fashion. That's just not how vintage fashion works. So that didn't bother me quite as much. And especially as someone that goes to charity shops and that, I found some like great vintage and vintage inspired and so on and so forth pieces that were my size. But even shopping secondhand, which I had to do because I did not have the money to, I still don't have the money to buy loads and loads of like vintage or new things. Even shopping secondhand, there's so much less of the plus size clothing. It's just a fact. It's much more difficult to find even affordable pieces, like even stuff that you don't like the amount of like flared and boot cut and wide legged jeans that I had when I like a skinny jean. I'm a millennial, fight me. I like a skinny jean. Good luck if you're plus size. Even more so if you're having to buy secondhand. They don't come out, they don't happen, you don't find them, they're not there. And obviously the issue that comes when plus size people can't find nice items that they can afford is you don't see plus size people wearing nice shit. And suddenly, oh, well, that's because like plus size people aren't into fashion, or they don't know about fashion, or they don't care about fashion. When it's just that they don't get the chance. Sorry to keep saying we, I'm aware that I'm not plus size anymore, but I still stand with the message, okay? You know, you're removing those people from any chance of being in any part of the industry, whether that's through like Instagram pictures or actual like fashion runways and magazines. You know, like even now, throw your mind back and think of like plus size people you've seen on magazines. Tess Holliday, Lizzo. It's not good enough, is it? Like, great for them. I'm more than here for them. It was lovely seeing them both on front of magazines and so on and so forth. It's always great to see them. But why are they the only goddamn two? Even when you do see these plus size models coming out, it's like, honey, you're a size 14. You're beautiful, you look great, but you're a size 14. Don't come at me with this plus size bollocks. And especially when that's a place that someone who's a size 18, a size 20, a size 22, someone who is a actual plus size person could have filled that role. And now they don't get to. On top of that, even when we do see these plus size people in the media like Tess Holliday and like Lizzo, and I'm sure there's others, but I haven't found them yet. When we do see these plus size people in the media, the expectations on them are so much higher. Like, even for the average plus size person, the expectations you face as getting dressed in the morning and going out into the public world are so amplified compared to being thin. It's insane. I can't tell you how many outfits I've worn where I've worn the exact same outfit both when I was a larger size and at a smaller size, and people's reactions are completely different. The way I feel is completely different, and the expectation for the outfit is completely different. You know, how many times have you seen some skinny girl in a skirt, a fucking grunge t-shirt and a plaid shirt? Thousands. It was all over Tumblr in like the pale grunge days. It's all over Instagram half the time now. How often do you see plus size girls dressed like that? Because they do. I dressed like that when I was plus size. I still sometimes dress like that now. It happens, they're out there. But we don't see them because the expectation is that you need to look good in these outfits, and it's so much easier to look good in a bad outfit when you're thin than it is when you're plus size, because people's expectations of you are just so much higher being plus size. It's so unfair, and it's pure fat phobia. Not only do you have these much, much higher expectations, but you also get the public reactions. Going back to wearing the same outfit, being both like plus size and on the smallest end of the other side of the spectrum, the reactions from the general public, like one of the main ones that's always fucking stuck with me, this happened when I was like 17, like it's been years. I got one of those like bodycon little skirts that were really popular back in the day, with a little shirt tucked in and a little cardigan over it and some tights and some boots, and I was rocking it. Like, I looked great. I'm pretty sure I posted a picture of this on Instagram, so I'll put that like here somewhere if I can. And this woman stopped me and was like, oh hon, you don't want to be wearing a skirt like that when you look like that, do you? And it's just, I looked good, okay? And I've worn a very similar outfit more recently and had people look at me in a way that I could tell was like, oh, she looks nice. You know, when people just sort of like, there was no horrible reaction, even though it's the same goddamn outfit. And it's just not right. And you see it online all the time when you get the videos that are like a plus size girl showing the same outfit as a straight size girl. And the expectations for the plus size girl are just so much higher. And that's something we need to fix as a society, y'all. We need to like stop comparing ourselves for a start. But just like the expectations of plus size women in an outfit are insane. And it's all very well saying that like we need to change as a society and we need to be more accepting of this and this is fat phobia. But the base of it is, an outfit should be a good outfit, no matter who it's on. You know? Like, as someone who loves fashion and loves styling outfits, I want an outfit I'm wearing to look as good on Kate Moss as it would on Lizzo or Tess Holliday or someone even bigger, someone even smaller. You know, it should be a good outfit. And so often the argument to this is like, oh, well, a plus size body makes the clothes look like this, or you make the clothes look like this. Why are you not making clothes that make plus size bodies look good? Like, if you're bothering to make them up to that size, why are you not making sure they look good? Like, oh, a plus size person's stomach like does this in this dress, so why aren't you putting extra support in the stomach area? Why aren't you making it a more flattering shape in the stomach area? Why aren't you doing something to make it work for a plus size body in the same way it does for a thin size body? Like, it just feels so unfair to me that not only did I spend several years before I lost weight struggling so hard to form an outfit that I actually liked from pieces that I could afford, on a body that I was still coming to terms with and trying to love. I don't know what my point was here, one sec. Yeah, it just feels so unfair to me that I spent so many years, and there's still so many girls going through the exact same thing, where you can style an outfit and it's an amazing outfit and people either just don't give a shit or act like you look like shit just because you're plus size. And the fact of the matter is, if the outfit's good, the outfit's good. If your clothes don't work for a range of body types, they're not good enough clothes. If the outfit only looks good on a skinny girl, it's not a good enough outfit. And that's where you start getting drawn into like that new Netflix show where is it Winx or Witch that they're remaking? They're remaking one of them, and they've added a plus size girl. I'm not going to approach the whitewashing personally because I'm too white to start talking about race issues, but that ain't good. And the fact that they shoved the plus size girl in the ugliest damn outfit you've ever seen while everyone else looks amazing. And it's like, yo, that outfit doesn't look bad because she's plus size. The outfit looks bad because that is a piece of shit outfit compared to what everyone else is wearing. Every other girl there would also look like shit in that outfit. Like, their bodies wouldn't help it because it's a bad outfit. Why are we not dressing plus size girls to look as good as their peers in TV shows? Like, I was going to try and follow that up with why I think it is, but I genuinely don't know. As far as I can tell, it is just fatphobia. So much of how we perceive fashion and how we perceive styling and how we perceive each other based on how people are dressed just revolves around fatphobia. And it's so grim. It's so grim. And it's something that we definitely need to change. And I think it's something that's important to talk about like this, because it's not something I was aware of as a plus size person. Like, I knew like, oh, it's hard to find clothes. It's hard to find clothes I like. It's hard to find clothes that fit me, that I like and that I can afford. But it wasn't so clear to me that this all ties in the way that it does. And it clearly does. And it's shit. Like, the basis of this is it's shit. And especially now that I have lost weight and I'm like a straight size person in a size 12, I don't want people to be like liking my Instagram pictures or liking my outfits or liking the way I style things just because it looks, in their opinion, better on a straight size body than it would on a plus size body. I want the shit that I wear and the shit that I put out into the world to be shit that everyone can enjoy and use, regardless of what like body shape you are. Like, fashion should not revolve around body shape anyway. I think that buying things that are flattering is complete bullshit, because like, if you fucking put it on, it fits on your body, you're being flattered by it, aren't you? It's on there. But the way that plus size people aren't taken seriously in fashion, and the way that they don't have things made for them the way that they should, the way that straight size people do, the way that literally every fucking one else does, it's bullshit. It's fatphobia, and it needs to stop. So yeah, there's my opinions on why fashion's for thin people. And I do feel like I need to say I am experiencing those privileges now. Oh, hello, Jodie. You know, as someone who's lost a bunch of weight, I am experiencing like general thin privilege out in the world anyway, which baffles me and which I'll probably make a video about at some point because it's just so fucking odd. But especially in fashion, like, the range of clothing I have access to now and how cheap a lot of it is. Like, I've gotten shit for free that fits perfectly just because I'm thin. It's ridiculous. Like, thin privilege exists anyway, and I don't care if you have a different opinion because I've experienced it from both sides, and thin privilege exists. And especially in fashion, thin privilege like buys you the fucking world. Like, obviously I've lost a shit ton of weight, so even though I am a much smaller size, I still have a lot of like excess skin and I still kind of like look fat. I don't know, I ain't gonna help you feel me. And like, even on my body, I can tell some things that I've worn and the reaction that I've gained I would not have gotten if I was still plus size. And that's sad, that's crap, that's pathetic. And it just disappoints me that like, we're probably missing out on so many fashion designers and models and stylists and like every other part of the fucking fashion industry that exists, like fucking Instagram pictures, Instagram reels, We're missing out on so many badass bitches that would be like fucking rocking our world and bringing out new styles and inspiring us all, just because they're like plus size and can't get the clothes that they fucking would be doing that with anyway, or they don't get the attention because they're plus size. Stop! So long story short, fucking make bigger sizes and shit. Make it work for plus size people. If you are plus size, ignore fucking fashion reels, fashion industry, fashion fucking what's flattering on your body type. Fucking dress how you want to as much of a degree as you can and fucking rock it. If you want plus size vintage stuff, you can check out my Depop. I'll link it below. Sorry for like the shameless plug. I mean, it's not shameless, I'm ashamed. But I have got a bunch of like my old vintage and other shit on there that's in a range of sizes from like fucking 24 to like 14. So if you're looking for that shit in the UK, hit my Depop up. If you've lasted this long, thanks a lot for watching. I'd love to hear opinions about this in the comments actually. This would be a really interesting one to get comments about. I don't normally say that because people commenting on my videos actually terrifies me. But I'd love to hear opinions on this one if anyone wants to comment. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like subscribe, follow me anywhere else. I post a lot of shit on Instagram. That's your lot. Thanks for watching. It's over now, Jodie. Oh, thank you.